Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Welcome to the Flying Circus. I gotta tell you, I'm a little sad today because this is our last show of the year. So we're gonna make it a good one. Woo! We've been doing this now. This is the end of 55 consecutive years at a Flying Circus. Pretty cool. My name's Peppy, and I'll be your announcer today. And no, I'm not a pilot. I'm a mechanic. I've been a mechanic for 50 years. But I'm learning how to fly. And as you see down there in the silver and black airplane, that's our jumper airplane.
There we go.
Joe Callan's in the front
450 horsepower Pratt & Whitney engine, gear-driven supercharger, variable pitch propeller.
Times. I won't jump out of a perfectly good airplane, I'm sorry. But he's done it a lot. So very experienced, pretty cool stuff. That is the 450. They call it the 450 because that's how many horsepower the engine has. And they're going to warm the engine up and do what they call a magneto check. And the magneto is the thing that creates a spark for the engine spark plugs. And they have two of them on the engine. And the reason why we have two of them on is because there's two sets of spark plugs. One for each, one in the front and one in the back of each cylinder. So that's a 9-cylinder airplane. So there's 18 different spark plugs on there. And what the magneto does, it's a magnet and it hits a piece of steel and it creates a spark, just like on your lawnmower. And what they're doing is they're going to check the magneto, make sure it's working, because you don't want one magneto, the engine slows down. So that's what they're going to do here shortly. And you may or may not hear the engine die down a little bit, but that's why they have them. If you notice, the pilot is in the back seat. That's for weight and balance purposes, because the heaviest part of the airplane is the engine, and to make everything balance out right, they got to have the pilot sit in the back, so it's like a heater, weight and balance. So we have, this is an airplane right here. It's a Waco airplane. All these other ones are Stearman. The reason why you can tell a Waco airplane is because they have 4 ailerons, two on the top and 2 on the bottom wings. All the other ones are Stearman biplanes, and these are antique airplanes, folks. They were all built in the 1940s. If you had your father, your grandfather, or your great-grandfather ever learned to fly while he was in the military, he might have flown one of these airplanes. They're very old, they're very fragile, so at the end of the show when you come out, say goodbye to Joe Callan and Tim Bridges, folks. There they go. Woo. Looking good, guys. But at the end of the show, we invite you all to come out and look at the airplanes, and when you do, please do not touch the airplanes, because they are very fragile and they're very expensive to fix. So that's one thing we're going to do. Now, after they get up in the air, they got to climb to 35,000 feet. And what happens then, it takes a while to get up there. They're going to get up to 35,000 feet, and then Joe will jump. And when he does jump, after he gets out situated, he straps the American flag onto his back, so you'll be able to see the American flag. And we play the national anthem. So, gentlemen, please uncover when we do the national anthem. And if you can stand, please stand. If not, that's fine. You can sit down while we're doing the national anthem. So, that's all my announcements for today. No, I'm kidding. I got more.
Yeah, okay. No. You guys go ahead, buddy. It's fine. I think these are the only ones.
All these airplanes are gravity-fueled airplanes, which means the fuel tanks are in the middle of the wing on the top, and it flows down just like on your lawnmower or your old car. And therefore, if you do take like an acrobatic ride and you go upside down, there you got to get back over quick because the fuel will stall out the engine. Matter of fact, when we do the Stearman acro, you'll hear it sputter a little bit because he does some neat stuff through the acrobatic stuff. We also have a really good guest here today. Rooster is a very fast acrobatic pilot. He does a different type of airplane. It's called a Pitts, I believe. And it's pressure carbureted, so he flies upside down all the time.
Yeah,
It's very exciting.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sick.
So there they went behind the trees. You can't even see
There
the
was a
airplane
pigs
now.
flying over there.
They're back there.
All those other
Do their final checks.
Yeah, yeah.
Mag check.
I think so.
Get the engine nice and warm.
They're checking
So all
the
the oil flows real
magnetos.
good.
And my phone was
And they'll be taking off here shortly.
capture button. What are you shooting with?
All airplanes have a tricycle gear, which means that like a tricycle that you grew up riding. And these happen to have the third wheel on the back of the tail. So these airplanes are called tail draggers.
Nice.
Yeah. Big airplanes that you fly in normally airlines, they're not a tail dragger, but they're still considered a tricycle gear. And if you notice on the main airliners, I told you before, the main wheels are under the heaviest part of the airplane. And you can keep them loose. So, well, they're not. But when you fill them up with 10,000 pounds of fuel, then they get heavy.
Flying around in some
So
other
that's how
stuff.
much they normally put
It's
in
Skydive.
the air. There goes the wing.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna be quiet and make a video. Smoke on.
The air smoke is caused, we shoot a little bit of light engine oil, like a sewing machine oil, on the hot exhaust. And there they go. And like I told you before, they got to get up to 35,000 feet, so it takes, or 3,500 feet, excuse me, not 1,000.
That's why
3,500 feet.
I was like,
Yeah, that would take a long time. But